I am Dr. Vanishri Pabalkar from Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies. I am a faculty of marketing. Today, we will be talking about a topic called classification of goods. Classification of goods, when we are talking about, we are defining them in the business to consumer market and we are comparing with the business to business market. When we talk about goods or products specifically, we are talking about how does this process of classification begin. In consumer goods classification, we have them classified as convenience goods, shopping goods and specialty goods. When it comes to industrial goods or industrial markets, we can classify them as raw materials, equipments, fabricated items and operating supplies. These are the detailed classification of goods in the B2B and B2C markets. We'll talk about convenience goods to begin with. Convenience goods are the products which are like FMCG products or FMCD products. FMCG products, for example, your shampoo, hair oil, deodorant, the products that we require day in and day out for our daily requirements. These are the convenience goods. The involvement of the customer in procuring or buying convenience goods is very, very minimum. Of course, it depends on the lifestyle of the customer, the age and occupation of the customer involved in this process as well. But by and large, when we talk about convenience goods, it does not involve much of the time of the customer to arrive at a particular decision. For example, I want to buy a toothpaste. I wake up in the morning and I want to buy a toothpaste. Do I sit together and spend time for months together to understand which brand do I buy? Not really, right? So, the time required is very, very minimum. And therefore, it is not that I'll sit with my family, discuss with my friends and peers and colleagues to understand which brand of toothpaste do I buy. Therefore, it is as per my convenience, I'll go to the nearest outlet that's nearer to my location and procure one toothpaste out there. So, it is as per convenience. The name itself indicates it is convenience good. Similarly, we have the classification of white goods in the FMCD category. Now, these are the fast-moving consumer durable goods. Here, the involvement of customer is from moderate to high. Now, what happens is, based on the lifestyle and occupation of the customer as well, I want to buy a laptop, a TV, a washing machine or a refrigerator. Here, the amount of time that is involved in the decision process is moderate to high. The reason being, I'm spending a little more than I spent for buying a toothpaste or a toothbrush. In this, once I procure this kind of goods, I might not buy it for next 5 years or 10 years based on the durability, based on the usage that is there for this kind of white goods. Further, we move on to shopping goods. Now, shopping goods are kind of goods wherein the involvement of the customer is extremely high. Now, when I'm talking about classifying the shopping goods, I'm talking about goods which come with special occasions wherein spending of my time is very, very high. The goods like, let's say, jewelry, let's say you're wanting to buy a Audi, where I'm spending adequate time in brainstorming, discussing with my friends, peers, colleagues. I procure ample information to understand if this decision that I have made was right or no, because the amount of money and time both involved in this process are extremely high out there. Similarly, specialty goods, the name itself indicates when you talk about specialty goods, again, more or less similar to your shopping goods, the involvement of the customer again is high. And it might so happen that not all customers fall in this cycle of procuring specialty goods also. The shopping limitations may restrict from convenience good to that of shopping goods itself when it comes to the consumer goods. Now we will talk about the industrial goods. Here, the first step, that is when I'm wanting to make a lathe machine, for example, I'll procure raw materials. I need to ensure that these raw materials are definitely of good quality. Reason being, what comes in has to be checked, has to be looked at each step so that my end product, the resultant product, is of the best of the quality. The next is the equipments, the different equipments that are required to make a gadget, to make a console, to make an automobile, for example. What all are the equipments that I am procuring from the suppliers? What is about their quality? What about their price? What about the delivery and time? I need to look at all of these aspects. Further, talking about fabricated items. Fabricated items, again, I might procure from a particular supplier, I might outsource, or I might procure them, so that these are all the product requirements to make the final end product, which will be given over to the customer. And then talking about the operating supplies. Now, in the operating supplies, I'm talking about how does the entire process of operations, how does this entire process of making this final product get in. When I'm talking about the industrial goods, starting from the raw material till the final product is made, there are several layers out there. I need to be very, very sure that the end product is as per the specification and customized product as per the requirement of the customer. Business to business market and business to consumer market. Here in this slide, we see some examples of B2C and B2B market. When you talk about products like given there, earth moving equipments, centrifugal pumps, electric motors, pumps and valves, etc. These are all kind of products wherein we as individual customers may not be actually moving to the market and procuring or buying them, right? These are the kind of products which are procured in the business to business market. Therefore, the target audience for B2B market is very, very different from that of the target market that is there for the business to consumer market. When I talk about examples like earth moving equipment, electric motors, pumps, valves, etc., customers cannot connect to these examples directly. Therefore, it's important and it becomes actually imperative for me to talk about examples of B2C. B2C, when we talk about, are the kind of products, interestingly, where we can very easily connect to them. Something like a Coke, a deodorant, shampoo, hair oil or toothpaste, when we talk about, we can easily connect to these kind of products because we are using them day in and day out. Therefore, when we talk about any topic in business to business marketing, for example, pricing, for example, new product decision process, it is important that we first talk about business to consumer market, explain how the process goes in the B2C market, and then relate it to the business to business market. We looked at the classification of goods in the B2C market, business to consumer market, and we compared it with the B2B market, which is the business to business market. In this classification of goods, we looked at the various processes which are involved in the goods, the way the goods are classified, so that we better understand what are the processes that are involved in this classification. Thank you for watching all of the videos on the topic business to business marketing. You can stay tuned and stay connected to watch more and more videos on this topic.